Hi, welcome to my sporting show, Kavindu Sports Times. Before start the show, I want to hit the like button and subscribe to my show. Now let's get started. Now today on the show, we're going to talk about the India-England Test match, how things are going at the moment, and many more. So now let's get started, shall we? Now let's get started. Now currently, India scored 360 plus in their first innings, but England in response took a lead. Took the lead in their first innings by scoring well over 380 plus with the bat, thanks to Joe Root scoring a glorious 180 with the bat. Joe Root once again proving that he's a batsman in a different level. While Virat Kohli might be a great batsman and a legend, but he is nowhere near consistent or cool or calm as Joe Root. It just keep proving. So far, Joe Root versus Virat Kohli, Joe Root is winning that fight convincingly and brilliantly, and is also much smart as a batsman in my regard so far in this series. But in general though, India now has a lead of 156 and with a day to go in the test match with 4 wickets remaining. Now the reality in my book is that India is at least 50 to 70 runs short of a lead. Now if they have to challenge England, they have to give them a 300 run lead in my book. Because if England wants to play like a 50-over match, they surely can. This England team is capable of chasing any score in the 4th innings, and the pitch looks actually fairly good for batting. Even though the ball which Pujara was dismissed by was a special delivery from Robinson. To be fair though, that was one of those deliveries that did a little bit more than expected to do on rare occasions. Now, of course, despite that, India looking in a precarious position. So, in my book, who's in the nose front between India and England? I would believe England is now in the front of the test match. England just need 4 more wickets, and if England can get those wickets quickly as possible and chase around 180, 190, I guess that should be more than enough for England to win the test match in my book. But I do hope that Indians do put up a good fight. I do hope that because, well, you need competition. Without competition, it's nothing, I must admit. Moving on from the India-England test match, let's talk about the West Indies-Pakistan test match. Now, both the innings, Pakistan are out for 217 in their first innings, and West Indies scored 252 in their first innings, took a lead, and then, of course, West Pakistan was all out for less than 200. But Pakistan have given West Indies now a target of 168 runs to win. Now currently West Indies is now 38 for 3 with Ruston Chase and Jamian Blackwood in the wicket. Now West Indies so far in test cricket have proven one thing, the lack of patience. And the West Indies run chase is already looking very tentative. They might make this chase look bigger than it is. So don't think for a second Pakistan have bowled well. It's just that the West Indies batting is very shaky. That's the reason. In short, I would say that at the moment, for West Indies and Pakistan test match, I think West Indies is ahead right now. But because of the batting fragility from West Indies, who knows, Pakistan can pull a surprise. But remember, now something notable is that Craig Brathwaite scored a magnificent 97 for the West Indies, a patient, sensible, calm 97. Unfortunately, Mr. 100, which I want to mention. So on that note, I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much for joining me on the show.